Do you remember when the Johnson family made every week feel like home? They made life's biggest challenges look easy. But behind the cameras, the story unfolded very differently. One child star became an executive producer at just 14. Another traded Hollywood for Harvard, while one beloved actress barely survived a devastating 10-foot fall. This is the side of Blackish fans never got to see, and what happened next may surprise you. Miles Brown. Before becoming an actor, Miles Brown was already turning heads as a hip-hop dance prodigy who impressed audiences on America's Got Talent. But in 2014, his career took an entirely different direction when, at just 9 years old, he was cast as Jack Johnson on Blackish. Playing the Johnson family's energetic younger son, Miles filled the screen with infectious enthusiasm, portraying Jack as a carefree, mischievous kid whose optimism brightened every episode. His natural comedic timing, combined with the stage presence he had developed as a dancer, quickly made him one of America's most popular young black actors. Yet the biggest twist in Miles's journey wasn't about fame. It was about staying grounded despite growing up in Hollywood. That independence has allowed him to pursue all three of his greatest passions as an adult: acting, releasing his own rap and hip-hop music, and continuing to perform as a professional dancer. His personal life has also attracted constant speculation, with fans repeatedly linking him romantically to his co-star, Marsai Martin. By keeping a clear boundary between work and private life, the two have protected a friendship that remains as close as family. By 2026, Miles Brown is 21 years old and thriving. Healthy, driven, and creatively versatile, he continues building a career that's defined not by his childhood fame, but by the choices he's making as an adult. Anthony Anderson. In 2014, Anthony Anderson portrayed Andre Dre Johnson when he was 44 years old. Dre was a successful advertising executive who seemed to have everything yet constantly struggled to preserve his children's cultural identity while raising them in an affluent, predominantly white neighborhood. Anderson's charismatic performance earned him multiple Primetime Emmy nominations for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. Behind the scenes, he also served as an executive producer, giving him creative influence over the series as well. But away from the laughter, his personal life was entering one of its most difficult chapters. The demanding production schedule and growing personal differences eventually brought an end to his marriage of more than 2 decades to Alvina Stewart. She filed for divorce in March 2022, ending a relationship that had begun when they were college sweethearts. Their divorce was finalized in September 2023, with the court ordering Anderson to pay $20,000 a month in spousal support, along with 20% of any annual income exceeding $2 million. He kept the family's mansion in Encino, California, while Stewart received their home in Houston. At the same time, Anderson continued battling a challenge he had quietly lived with since 2002, type 2 diabetes. Rather than letting the disease control his life, he completely transformed his lifestyle, lost a significant amount of weight, and became one of America's leading advocates for diabetes awareness. By 2026, at 56, he had traded some of Hollywood's excess for better health, greater peace of mind, and a healthier way of living. After decades in the spotlight, Anthony Anderson's greatest success is no longer measured by ratings or awards, but by the life he has rebuilt for himself. Tracee Ellis Ross. When Blackish began production in 2014, Tracee Ellis Ross was 41 years old as she stepped into the role of Dr. Rainbow Bo Johnson, the intelligent, compassionate anesthesiologist and devoted mother. Her remarkable performance earned widespread acclaim and, in 2017, made the daughter of music legend Diana Ross the first black woman in more than 3 decades to win the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a television comedy. But one of the biggest turning points in her Blackish journey had nothing to do with awards. It began with a backstage incident that had made her deeply resent Anthony Anderson for nearly a decade before they ever became television husband and wife. The tension dated back to an inappropriate joke Anderson made during the 2005 Vibe Awards, an incident that Tracee later admitted had genuinely hurt her. When filming began in 2014, they were forced to work side by side despite the unresolved resentment. Every romantic scene required them to hide years of discomfort. Eventually, the daily collaboration pushed them into an honest conversation. By confronting the issue directly, they were able to rebuild their relationship, transforming years of bitterness into a close, real-life friendship. Ross also proved just as determined behind the scenes. During negotiations for Season 4 in 2018, reports surfaced that she was being paid significantly less than Anderson. Some media outlets claimed she had threatened to reduce her episode count to pressure ABC, but Ross clarified that she was simply fighting peacefully for equal pay. The negotiations ultimately resulted in a substantial salary increase. By 2026, Tracee Ellis Ross is 54 years old and remains one of Hollywood's most respected actresses, embracing life on her own terms. She has openly said that she prefers dating younger men because they are often less influenced by traditional ideas of toxic masculinity. She has also chosen not to marry or have children, dedicating her time instead to personal growth while maintaining both her physical and mental well-being. Marcus Scribner. At just 14 years old, Andre Johnson Jr., the eldest son of the Johnson family, was played by Marcus Scribner. Audiences quickly fell in love with his portrayal of the awkward, nerdy teenager who never quite lived up to his father Dre's expectations of preserving the family's black identity. The show's enormous success transformed his life, earning him an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. But the biggest surprise came after the original series reached its conclusion. When Blackish wrapped in 2022, Marcus didn't face the uncertainty that often follows child actors. Instead, the popularity of Andre Jr. led the producers to make a bold, creative decision. Beginning with Season 5, they shifted the lead role of the spin-off Grownish from Yara Shahidi's character to Marcus, allowing him to carry the series until it ended in 2024. That success also gave him the freedom to expand into voice acting, including his role as Bo in She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, while investing in his own independent film projects. By 2026, at 26, Marcus Scribner is thriving both personally and professionally. With a successful acting career, growing work behind the scenes, and the freedom to pursue his own creative vision, he has made a smooth transition from child star to accomplished young artist. Richard Roundtree. On October 24, 2023, Hollywood fell silent as news spread that Richard Roundtree had passed away at his home in Los Angeles. But long before audiences mourned his passing, Roundtree had already changed Hollywood forever. In 1971, at the age of 28, he starred as Detective John Shaft, becoming the first black action hero to achieve mainstream success in Hollywood. The film not only helped rescue MGM from financial trouble, but also opened the door to an entire wave of African-American cinema throughout the 1970s. He reprised the iconic role in 2 sequels, a CBS television series, and later returned in 2000 alongside Samuel L. Jackson as the original Shaft. It was that legendary reputation that brought him to Rock in 1991. At 49, Roundtree appeared as Russell Emerson, Rock's uncle, in 4 episodes. Although his role was relatively brief, his presence was considered a tremendous honor by the cast and crew. Behind the scenes, however, he was quietly fighting a battle few people knew about. In late September 1993, at 51, Roundtree discovered a small lump beneath his left nipple while taking a shower. He was diagnosed with breast cancer, a disease that is extremely rare in men. He underwent a mastectomy to remove his left breast and nearby lymph nodes, followed by 6 months of chemotherapy that caused him to lose more than 18 pounds. His recovery eventually turned him into one of the most outspoken advocates for breast cancer awareness among men, encouraging others to seek medical attention as soon as they noticed anything unusual. Marsai Martin. After moving with her family from Plano, Texas to Los Angeles in search of better opportunities, 10-year-old Marsai landed the role of Diane Johnson in the hit sitcom Blackish. It was the opportunity that would change her life forever. At just 10 years old, she brought Diane to life as a brilliantly intelligent, quick-witted, and mischievous little sister whose razor-sharp mind was always one step ahead of everyone else. Diane's clever schemes and perfectly timed one-liners became some of the show's biggest highlights, earning Marsai widespread praise along with multiple NAACP Image Awards. Ironically, playing a character who always seemed wiser than her years helped inspire one of the biggest real-life twists of her own career while she was still only 14. Knowing how difficult it can be for child actors to successfully transition into adulthood, Marsai made a bold decision. Instead of waiting for Hollywood to create opportunities, she created one herself. She pitched the original idea for Little, 2019, signed a deal with Universal Pictures, and became both the film's star and executive producer. The achievement earned her a place in the Guinness World Records as the youngest executive producer in Hollywood history. By 2026, at 21 years old, Marsai Martin has established herself as the head of Genius Entertainment, with an estimated net worth of $2 million. She has also publicly dismissed the wildly exaggerated social media rumors claiming she is worth $1.5 billion. Today, she is financially independent, enjoys excellent physical and mental health, and continues using her platform to develop projects that create opportunities for the next generation of young talent. Yara Shahidi. A Harvard University degree in 2022 and the leadership of her own production company, Seventh Son Productions, by 2026, tell the story of where Yara Shahidi is today. But that remarkable success was built on a breakthrough that began more than a decade earlier. Back in 2014, Yara was just 14 years old when she stepped onto the set of Blackish to play Zoe Johnson, the eldest daughter of the Johnson family. It was the role that launched one of the brightest young careers in Hollywood. She brought Zoe to life as a beautiful, fashionable, and sometimes spoiled teenager whose confidence and sharp personality made her the family's undeniable style icon. Her standout performance earned her the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, while Zoe quickly became one of the show's most popular characters. The overwhelming popularity of the role led to a rare behind-the-scenes milestone. Zoe became the only character from Blackish to receive an entire television universe of her own. In 2018, ABC launched the spin-off series Grownish, with Yara Shahidi taking center stage as the lead. She carried the series for years, cementing her status as one of the most influential young stars of the Gen Z generation while becoming a favorite of major luxury fashion brands. By 2026, at 26, Yara Shahidi has become a powerful example of how education and ambition can go hand in hand. She remains in excellent physical and mental health while continuing her work as a prominent social activist, using her voice to promote educational access and greater racial diversity throughout Hollywood. Peter Mackenzie. When the writers first created Mr. Stevens, they imagined him as nothing more than an eccentric white boss whose clueless, racially insensitive remarks would provide occasional comic relief while highlighting the workplace challenges faced by the show's main character. That was the role Peter Mackenzie was invited to play when he joined Blackish in 2014 at the age of 53. Long before becoming part of the Johnson family's world, Mackenzie had spent nearly 3 decades quietly building a career as one of Hollywood's most dependable character actors. He appeared alongside Robin Williams in the classic Good Morning Vietnam, 1987, had supporting roles in Project X, 2012, and later appeared in the Oscar-nominated biographical drama Trumbo, 2015. For much of his career, his job had been to support the stars rather than become one himself. But his sharp comic timing, dry delivery, and uniquely charming performance as Mr. Stevens completely changed those plans. The audience responded so enthusiastically that ABC was forced to rethink the original storyline. What had been intended as a minor recurring character turned into one of the show's biggest surprises. Beginning with Season 3 in 2016, Mackenzie was promoted to a series regular, completing one of the most unexpected career turnarounds on the show. By 2026, at 65, Peter Mackenzie is enjoying a comfortable and fulfilling life. The long-running success of Mr. Stevens has provided him with lasting financial security. He continues to enjoy a strong and enduring marriage with his wife, Lily Flanders, whom he married in 1989, and together they have 3 children. He remains in good health and still accepts the occasional guest role simply for the joy of doing what he loves most. Jennifer Lewis. Jennifer Lewis didn't earn the nickname Hollywood's Mother by accident. It was a title built over decades of unforgettable performances. In 2014, she brought that remarkable legacy to Blackish. At 57, Lewis stepped into the role of Ruby Johnson, Dre's outspoken and fiercely independent mother. Her character became one of the show's most unforgettable characters with her boundless energy, razor-sharp comedic timing, and scene-stealing performances. By then, Lewis was already a Hollywood veteran, having built an impressive career with standout roles in What's Love Got to Do with It, 1993, The Preacher's Wife, 1996, and as the beloved voice of Mama Odie in Disney's The Princess and the Frog, 2009. But the most terrifying twist of her life came after the cameras had stopped rolling. In November 2022, while vacationing in the Serengeti in Tanzania, Lewis accidentally fell nearly 10 feet from a balcony into a dry, rock-filled ditch in the middle of the night. The fall left her with a severely fractured pelvis. Unable to move, she lay trapped in the darkness, hearing lions roar nearby while watching buffalo wander only a few yards away. She was eventually rescued by Maasai warriors before being airlifted to Nairobi, Kenya, where she underwent a grueling 10-hour surgery. With extraordinary determination, Lewis endured months of painful physical therapy, teaching herself how to walk again from the very beginning. By 2026, at 69, Jennifer Lewis has made what many considered a remarkable recovery. With an estimated net worth of $2 million, she remains healthy, optimistic, and continues entertaining audiences with her appearances on the comedy series Night Court. Deon Cole. By the time Deon Cole arrived on the set of Blackish, he already had 2 Primetime Emmy nominations as a writer, one for The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien and another for Conan. At 42, he took on the role of Charlie Telfy, Dre's co-worker whose bizarre fears and wonderfully unpredictable personality made him unlike any supporting character audiences had seen in a family sitcom. What began as a supporting role gradually became the character most closely associated with Cole's career. Charlie earned him 3 consecutive NAACP Image Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series in 2020, 2021, and 2022, along with 2 Screen Actors Guild Award nominations as part of the ensemble. The popularity of the character also led Cole to reprise the role in the spin-off Grownish, while simultaneously starring as a detective on Angie Tribeca for 3 seasons. When Blackish came to an end in 2022, his career continued to gain momentum rather than slow down. BET Plus cast him in the lead role of Average Joe, a critically acclaimed drama that marked an important turning point, allowing him to move from scene-stealing supporting roles to carrying an entire series as the leading man. By 2026, at 54, Deon Cole has become one of America's most in-demand stand-up comedians. He is also a devoted single father who spends much of his time raising his son Dylan while keeping his personal life well away from the spotlight. Jeff Meacham. Jeff Meacham's big break came in 2006 when he appeared in a razor commercial that earned him the nickname the Everywhere Shave Guy. The commercial unexpectedly went viral, catching the attention of talent agencies and opening doors that would eventually lead him to Blackish 8 years later. In 2014, at the age of 35, Meacham was cast as Josh Oppenhall, Dre Johnson's well-meaning but clueless co-worker at the advertising agency, a character originally intended to be little more than background comic relief. Thanks to his unique charm and effortless chemistry with the rest of the cast, Meacham gradually convinced the writers to expand Josh's role. What started as a minor character evolved into a key member of the Office ensemble, appearing in more than 80 episodes across the show's 8-season run. That success helped the Blackish cast earn a Screen Actors Guild Award nomination for Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Comedy Series in 2018. The steady income from such a long-running role also gave Meacham something many working actors never achieve: financial freedom. Instead of chasing every opportunity, he was able to choose projects that genuinely interested him. That stability also allowed him to expand his career, including his role as Principal Tad Bradford on Nickelodeon's The Thundermans. By 2026, at 47, Jeff Meacham enjoys a quiet life in Los Angeles while continuing to appear in sitcoms and major advertising campaigns. He has been happily married to actress Christy Myers since 2008, and together they are raising 2 children, choosing to stay away from the spotlight and the drama that often surrounds Hollywood. Caitlin Nichol. Caitlin Nichol was 21 years old when she took on the role of Olivia Lockhart, Jr.'s intelligent and confident college girlfriend. Their relationship unfolded during the show's pandemic storyline, capturing the challenges of young love during lockdown. She first appeared as a guest star in the season 6 finale, but her performance impressed the producers so much that she was promoted to a series regular beginning with season 7. Long before Blackish, Nichol had already built an impressive career in music. At just 12 years old, she signed a recording contract with Matriarch/Island Def Jam, the label founded by Mary J. Blige, who personally invited her to perform on stage. Before joining the ABC sitcom, she was also a series regular on BET's American Soul, playing Simone Clark. After Blackish, Nichol continued pursuing both of her passions. She remained active as a recording artist, releasing the single Liar in 2021 through CMNTY Culture, RCRDS, and Republic Records, while continuing to expand her acting career. By 2026, at 27, Caitlin Nichol remains single and focused on balancing both music and acting. She has maintained a positive public image throughout her career, staying clear of major controversies while continuing to build her success in both industries. Nicole Sullivan. Nicole Sullivan first became a household name through Vancombe Lady, the sharp-tongued, wildly sarcastic character she created during her 6 seasons on MAD-TV, establishing herself as one of America's leading sketch comedians. She later won over sitcom audiences as Holly Schumpert, the kind-hearted dog walker on The King of Queens, where she appeared for 5 seasons alongside Kevin James and Jerry Stiller. She joined Blackish in 2014 at 44, playing Janine, the Johnson family's well-meaning white neighbor, whose unintentionally insensitive remarks often created some of the show's funniest moments. Janine remained part of the series throughout its entire 8-season run, with Sullivan's expressive physical comedy becoming one of the character's defining trademarks every time she appeared on screen. Outside of Blackish, Sullivan also lent her voice to Kara Danvers, better known as Supergirl, in the animated series DC Superhero Girls, continuing the successful voice acting career she has built over the years. Away from the cameras, Sullivan has been married to actor Jason Packham since 2006. Together they have 2 sons, Dashiell, born in 2007, and Beckett, born in 2009. By 2026, at 56, Nicole Sullivan continues to build on a career that has spanned more than 3 decades. Still active in television and voice acting, she enjoys a happy family life while bringing the same warmth and comic energy to every new role. Catherine Reitman. Before audiences knew Katherine Reitman for her own work, she was often introduced as the daughter of legendary filmmaker Ivan Reitman, the director behind Ghostbusters, one of Hollywood's most successful comedy franchises. But Katherine was determined to build a career that stood on its own. She joined Blackish in 2015 at the age of 34, beginning in Season 2 as Lucy, one of the few outspoken women at Dre's advertising agency. Appearing in 21 episodes through 2020, Lucy may have been a supporting character, but Reitman's sharp comic delivery and expressive performances made her scenes especially memorable. One of her biggest moments came in the episode Lemons, when Lucy unexpectedly revealed that she had voted for Donald Trump. That role became the launching pad for an even bigger breakthrough. In 2016, Reitman and her husband, actor Philip Sternberg, founded Wolf and Rabbit Entertainment. A year later, she created Workin' Moms, serving as the show's creator, writer, director, executive producer, and lead actress. The comedy premiered on CBC before finding a worldwide audience on Netflix, running for 7 successful seasons through 2023, and earning Reitman multiple Canadian Screen Award nominations, including Best Lead Performer. Off-screen, Katherine has been married to Philip Sternberg since 2009. He also played her on-screen husband in Workin' Moms. Together they have 2 sons and continue to run Wolf and Rabbit Entertainment as creative partners. By 2026, at 45, Katherine Reitman remains busy developing new television and film projects, including the comedy adaptation Meet the Kumars. Her net worth is estimated to be in the multi-million-dollar range, so that's the Blackish cast in 2026. From award-winning careers and global success to personal challenges, unexpected headlines, and heartbreaking losses, their journeys have changed in remarkable ways. Which cast member surprised you the most? And who was your favorite character on Blackish? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Then and Now updates.